my dear student, myself Mahesh B. Koot, and today we are going to discuss fifth part of the haloalkanes and haloarenes. So that contains stereochemical aspects of substitution reaction. So what are the stereochemical aspects which are there in substitution reaction? Nothing but in SN1 and SN2. So these are the aspects we are going to study in the today's class, starting from plane polarizer light. Plane P light means plane polarizer light. So what is plane polarizer light, guys? So when an ordinary light is passed through a Nicholl prism, so this ordinary light, you know already, it propagates in all direction. Yes, ordinary light propagates in all direction. When such a light is passed through Nicholl prism, that propagates only in one direction. So that propagates only in one direction. Such a light is called plane polarizer light. When ordinary light is passed through Nicholl prism, this ordinary light propagates in all direction. When it passes through a Nicholl prism, it will propagate only in one direction. Such a light is called plane polarizer light. I hope you understood. So this one is regarding plane polarizer light. Next one, optical activity or optical active compound. So the compound which rotates the plane polarizer light are called optical active compound, and the property is called optical activity. So the optical active compound means optical active compound. The compounds which rotates the plane polarizer light. PP light means plane polarizer light. The compounds which rotates the plane polarizer light are called optically active compound, and the property is known as optical activity. So next, so if the compound rotates the plane polarizer light, so then if the compound rotates this plane polarizer light towards right means clockwise direction, then that is called dextrorotatory compound. If the compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards left, anti-clockwise, then that is called leorotatory. If a compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards right, or we can say clockwise, then that is called as dextrorotatory compound. Dextrorotatory, denoted by small d or plus, we can denote that one. So if a compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards left, that is anti-clockwise, then that compound is called leorotatory compound, denoted by small l or minus. I hope you understood. So first one is plane polarizer light. Ordinary light propagates in all direction. When such a light is passed through Nicholl prism, it will propagate only in one direction. Such a light is called plane polarizer light. If the compound rotates the plane polarizer light, such a compounds are called optical active compounds, and the property is called optical activity. So when the compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards right side clockwise, then that is called dextrorotatory compound. If the compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards left anti-clockwise, then that is called leorotatory compound, denoted by small l, right? Small l or minus. I hope you understood. So this is regarding 4 point, dextrorotatory, leorotatory and optical active compound. Next one, optical isomers. Optical isomers are nothing but two or more compounds having same molecular formula but rotates the plane polarizer light in different direction. So two or more compounds having same molecular formula but rotates the plane polarizer light in different direction. So such a compounds are called optical isomers. Two or more compounds having same molecular formula having same molecular formula but rotates the plane polarized light in different opposite direction. Plane polarized light in opposite direction. Such a compounds are called optical isomers, and the phenomenon is called optical activity or optical isomerism, what we can call, right? Two or more compounds having same molecular formula but rotates the plane polarized light in opposite direction. Such a compounds are called optical isomers, and the phenomenon is called optical isomerism, right? So this one is over. Next one, asymmetric carbon atom. The carbon atom which having all the four different group attached to carbon are different. So carefully see here, asymmetric carbon atom. This is on carbon. So you know already, carbon having tetravalent, all the four atoms attached to carbon are different. So carefully see here, carbon attached to H, CH3, Cl, Br. All group attached to the carbon atom are different. Then this carbon atom is called asymmetric carbon atom. So asymmetric carbon atom is nothing but a carbon atom in which the all four group attached to carbon atom are different. So such a carbon atom is called asymmetric carbon atom, or it is also called stereo center. Asymmetric carbon atom is also called stereo center. Right? I hope you understood. Next one, chiral molecule or chirality. So what are chiral molecule, guys? Chiral molecule or chirality. And chirality. What are chiral molecule, guys? Chiral molecules are nothing but two or more compounds having non-superimposable mirror images, like a pair of hands. So when we apply a pair of hands, they will not sit one by one. So there is no superimposability. Such a compounds are called non-superimposable. Two or more compounds having non-superimposable mirror images are called chiral molecule, and the property is called chirality. I hope you understood. Two or more compounds having non-superimposable mirror images. Non-superimposable mirror images. Two or more compounds having non-superimposable mirror images are called chiral molecule, and property is called chirality. This property is called chirality. So I hope you understood. This is regarding chiral molecule and chirality. We will study in detail regarding this one in further class, right? So next one, regarding enantiomers. So enantiomers are nothing but two or more compounds having same molecular formula but having non-superimposable mirror images. So like a chiral molecule. So before going to the enantiomers, we should just recall what we have studied now. First one, plane polarizer light. When ordinary light passes through an equal prism, it propagates in only one direction. Such a light is called plane polarizer light. Next one, the compound which rotates the plane polarizer light are called optical active compound, and the phenomena is called optical activity. Next one, if the compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards right side or clockwise direction, then such a compound is called dextrorotatory, or D, or denoted by plus. If a compound rotates the plane polarizer light towards left anti-clockwise, then that is denoted by a small l or negative charge. Up to that we have studied asymmetric carbon. So the carbon having all the 4 groups attached to that are different atoms, right? Next we have studied regarding the chirality on chiral molecule. So if 2 or more compounds having non-superimposable mirror images. So what is non-superimposable, guys? Non-superimposable means like a pair of hands. So such a compounds are called chiral molecule, and the phenomena is called chirality. After that we have studied the optical isomers. Optical isomers are the 2 or more compounds having same molecular formula but rotates the plane polarizer light in opposite direction. If one rotates clockwise, other will rotates the anti-clockwise. Such a molecules are called optical isomers, right? And the phenomena is called optical isomerism. Now we will study what are enantiomers, diastereomers, right? First one is enantiomers. So what are enantiomers, guys? Enantiomers are nothing but 2 or more compounds having 2 or more compounds having non-superimposable mirror images. Nothing but enantiomers are the isomers. We can say in that way also. Enantiomers are the isomers which are non-superimposable mirror images. Isomers which have non-superimposable mirror image. Which have non-superimposable mirror image. Isomers which have non-superimposable mirror images are called enantiomers. So you can take an example. This is our lactic acid. When we apply a mirror here, what we get? This one. So that means this CH here in this way it is a right side, but in this it is in left side. So when you replace this one and put into this one, we are not getting superimposability. So like a pair of hands. When you put a hand on this hand, this whatever the fourth finger is there, it will not fall on the exactly on the fourth finger. So such a compounds are called non-superimposable mirror images. No doubt those are mirror images. So when you put a mirror in between these two, it will looks like this and this will looks like this. But when we keep this one on this, we are not getting exactly same. So such a compounds are called non-superimposable mirror images. So you can take an example of pair of hands, pair of shoes. Yes. So these all are the example for non-superimposability. So enantiomers are the isomers which have non-superimposable mirror images. So example here it is a lactic acid. So name of this one is a lactic acid. I think you understood regarding this. So one is dextrorotatory, another must be a leorotatory because these are the isomers. So next one, diastereomers. Next point is diastereomers. So what are diastereomers, guys? So as that of these are also an isomers only. But thing is that in diastereomer there is no mirror image. So these are isomers which have no mirror image. No mirror image. Which have no mirror image. So such a isomers are called diastereomers. You can take an example of this one. So carefully see these two compounds. When you put a mirror here, so in between these two, we are not getting exactly same as that one, because these are not a mirror images. Just put here mirror. This will falls here, no doubt. But here, carefully see here, this H is there, OH is there. So these are not a mirror images. So such a compounds are called diastereomers. So what is the name of this compound is tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is an example for diastereomers. I hope you understood. So what is difference between enantiomers and diastereomers? Here these are the mirror images, but which mirror images? Non-superimposable mirror images, enantiomers. When you put a mirror here in between these two compounds, this OH just looks like here. Whatever the right side compounds are there, so right side elements are there, here they looks like in the left side. But in diastereomers are the isomers which have no mirror image. There is no mirror image. Mirror image is not there at all. So such a compounds are called diastereomers. Right? So another term comes here, meso compounds. Meso compounds means no doubt those are optically inactive because they having two or more chiral atoms. So the optical activity of one chiral atom can be cancelled by other chiral atom. So therefore those are called optically inactive. So meso compound is nothing but equimolar mixture of dextro and laboratory compound. We can say in that way also. And meso compounds are nothing but one compound only. We are having two asymmetric center. Two asymmetric center means carbon having all four groups are different. So such a compounds are called meso compounds. So these are important things. I hope you understood. First one, plane polarizer light. Next we have studied dextrorotatory, laboratory, optical activity, optical active compound, chiral molecule, asymmetric center, chirality, enantiomers and diastereomers. Now we will study some other stereochemical aspects of this chemical substitution reactions. Nothing but inversion of configuration, retention of configuration and racemization. What these all are. So I hope you understood regarding this. Next one. Inversion, retention and racemization. Okay. So inversion of configuration, retention of configuration and racemization. So carefully see here guys, when you put like this A, B, C and here it is a D, or else you can put here this is an X and this is a B. Better when you add some Y to this, Y minus to this one, so this X is replaced by here Y. But thing is that carefully see here guys, here X is on the right side. Whenever you replace X by Y, the Y comes on the left side. Here it is a right side, right? So when you replace this X by Y, it comes left side. So that means there is a change in stereochemistry. Whatever the reactant having the stereochemistry, that stereochemistry is changed in the product. Whatever left side is there, it comes righter side. Whatever right side is there, comes here left side. So therefore this is called inversion of configuration. That means the inversion of configuration is a configuration in which the product and reactant both have opposite configuration. Right? When we replace the reactant by some other molecule, so that molecule will inverted, just reverse it. What is retention? Retention means as it is. As it is. So when you add Y minus to this, whatever you are getting is same. Whatever in place of X is there, just replace it by Y. X is replaced by Y. And no change in the stereochemistry, right? See here also in the right side is there, in product also it is in the right side. So no change in the stereochemistry, therefore it is called retention of configuration. So retention of configuration is nothing but the configuration in which both reactant and product have the same stereochemistry, only the replacement of any molecule by some other molecule, right? So next one, racemization. What is racemization? Racemization is nothing but when you add, so this is your C molecule, here it is an X molecule, right? So when we add Y to this, right? So both are formed, both inversion and this is capital C, small c are taken, right? So here in place of C here and Y here, carefully see here, this is our reactant molecule, X is there on the right side. In product molecule, we are having the Y on the right side as well as left side. That means as it is, whatever there in the reactant, we are getting in the product. Therefore, this is a retention of configuration. The reactant, the X is there in the right side. In product, we are getting Y on the left side. Therefore, it is inversion. Yes, both retention and inversions are there in the product. Therefore, this is called racemization. So the product in which equimolar mixture of inversion and retention is called racemization. I hope you understood. What is inversion, guys? Inversion means the inversion of configuration is one in which reactant and product have different stereochemistry. Opposite. They carefully see here, guys. The X is there on the right side here in reactant part. When we replace X by Y, we are getting left side Y here, right? So in retention of configuration, X is there on the right side on the reactant part. When we replace X by Y, we are getting Y on the right side. Here it is a same right. Here it is right left. So therefore different is there inversion. Same is there retention. Both retention and inversion both are there. Then it is a racemization. I hope you understood. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Stay home. Stay safe.